Hello comic book worms, welcome to my channel. This is Naman. Let's start eating comic books.
Oh, what fun we're going to have together.
Alright guys, welcome to my second episode of One and Done Experiment. If you guys don't know what that is, check out my first episode of One and Done series. I'm going to pick out 10 comic books again from here, randomly, hopefully. Here. Okay. Avengers. First. I think this I picked up from Dollar Bin. This I picked out at Midtown Comic. I think I had like 65% off. So that's that. Let me put this aside for a little bit. Yeah, it goes right there. Go ahead and pick up another another comic book here. Right here. That's another Dollar Bin pick. Spider-Woman #1. I don't know what that is. Velocity from Top Cow comic book. That looks cool. It looks like she's a speedster. I'd like to see a woman version of Flash. Flash with the anyway. I'll pick this one. Yeah. Wow, Eternity #1. And what is it? Ultimate War. That looks cool cover. So that's 6 issues I picked up. I'm gonna try to pick 2 more. That in Silk. And this is half price pickup. I think this was from Dollar Bin. I'm not sure. I think no, actually that's from Cindy Moon. This is a more recent comic book. It's from Midtown Comics. Yeah. At discount price. That's one more comic book. Don't slip. One more. Oh, White Fox. Under Midtown comic book pickup. And this one is King Spawn. So that's new. I think that's back issue. I don't know how far back they go. So yes, first episode was about Shang-Chi. You know what? Which one I'm gonna pick? I want to pick Go Ahead White Fox. Since I think she's Asian too. So I'm gonna pick her for next. Is she One and Done? I picked up this book because a YouTuber, I think his name is Mark, I'm not sure. I will provide his link below. His channel name is Sleeping Comics, SLEEPYN, something like that. I think he's Korean, I'm not certain. He was doing a spec video. I normally don't do spec videos. I do watch him, but I don't, go buy this spec. It's $100 and you'll go on to $200 whatnot, and I don't. But he did say this was a cover price, and I looked it up at Midtown Comics, and they had it at cover price. So I said, you know what, I'll go and pick it up. I picked it up with a whole bunch of other #1s, and I could use it for my One and Done Experiment #1 issue. So I picked it up. This character is a Korean character. Yeah, let me go ahead and just look at the comic book condition. It's a black background, so it's really hard to. I guess it's hard to photograph that. My photograph didn't capture all the little ticks on the edges here. I think about half dozen ticks on there that I could see from my eyes, but they're not color breaking ticks. So I don't know how would you grade that. Yeah. Yeah, if you look at it like this, there's a bunch of ticks. So I'm gonna say, let me go ahead and look at the back. Back is pretty straightforward. I mean, I don't see anything bad on back. So let me go ahead and look at internally. Internally, they're just I didn't see anything creasing up or fold or marks. It's a brand new comic book, so from the store, online store. But so I'm just gonna say because of these creases that I could see with my naked eye, and I don't know how you read that, about six of those out in there. So I say about, I don't know, just give it a 9. I think hard to maintain black one at mint condition. So give it a 9. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let's assume there's a 6 ticks at the spine. None of them are color breaks. Let me know, please. Thanks. First of all, this cover is really excellent. You know, cover is like excellent. White Fox. I know what this is about, and I don't like color design though. I don't like color design. Character design is. I know these are a lot of technique in this art, but it's not style that I enjoy. Look at the credits. The writer is I'm gonna just pronounce the last names. Wang. Others are Libranda, Jeff. Colorist is Silva. Letter is Sabino. Cover artist In Hyuk Lee. That sounds like a Korean name. Okay, and then the variant covers. I don't care about variant covers. So also featuring a story with the. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read the intro real quick. Amy Han is operative in South Korean National Intelligence Service, but she is also last of Kumiho, a mystical race of shapeshifters and superhero known as White Fox. By the way, I'm going to spoil the heck out of this comic book, so just be warned. As White Fox, she fought alongside many heroes, including the Avengers and Jimmy Woo's new Agents of Atlas team. Okay, including Avengers and Jimmy. So that's why I guess I respect this comic book. But who was she before she became White Fox, and what happened to the rest of the Kumiho? So I guess this is not a first appearance of White Fox. It's more of an origin story. Yeah, this is just more of an origin story. Now Kumiho is Ku means 9 in Korean. 9. Mi maybe means tail. Ho is a fox, I think. So Kumiho is a 9-tailed fox. In Korean folklores, they are known as evil characters, evil spiritual monsters or demons. Succubus, yeah, where they eat men and they lure men. You know, they could shapeshift into a beautiful woman and then lure men into their lairs and eat their hearts. If they 100 hearts or something, they could turn into men, something like that. I mean, there's turn into human being, but if they have that kind of power, why would they want to turn into human being? I don't know. I mean, evil as they are, right? So this is I guess a little intro page where Jimmy was building a team up with a whole bunch of different characters outlined. They're mentioning how Kumio is not someone you can tame because they're monsters, evil and whatnot. And here's that evil girl, Amy Han, or Kumio's secret identity. Of course, she's like a magical beast, so of course she's gonna have a high school bullies after her, and she's gonna friend somebody chubby who has glasses on. They are friends now, and she is talking about, oh, she happens to be belonging to Korean folklore club, and she knows all about legends of Kumio. And she basically is reading the stories about, and she goes, what, what's the Kumio? She act like she don't know what her friend's talking about. And then as she is telling her story about Kumio, how they are evil and they have 9 tails and whatnot, the real Kumio is ref, uh, remembering her mother and how she turned into 9-tailed fox and how they're gentle and kind, not evil. So then these bullies come back and saying bad things about her friend, new friend. It's very shallow. I mean, it's a very, I don't know. It's just it's not much of an origin story. It so happens that her friend, her friend's father is in trouble with these gangsters, and among these gangsters, there's this guy right here. This guy right here is a another spiritual beast. Instead of 9-tailed fox, he's a 3-legged dog, and they smell out 9-tailed fox with the humans' help, and they hunt down 9-tailed fox and destroy them until there's no more 9-tailed fox. So there's a lot of coincidence going on here, and of course they kidnap the girl because they want to blackmail the girl's father, the new friend's father, and this guy happens to be the leader of that. Then Kumio senses something is wrong with her friend, and she goes tracking down, and she remembers what happened to her mother. She got hunted down with this stupid 3-legged dog. And anyway, she tracks her friend down because she senses something's wrong. So it reveals her power set in here, some of her power set. So she turned into the fox, white fox. So there's a various stage of how she turns into white fox. There's this stage. There's this stage where just arm is out, whole body's out. Then, of course, she fights with that three dog thing and turns into the full white fox. And cut out his eyes. She wins for the moment, rescues her friend, and then this right here. Hello, I'm Director Jung of South Korean National Intelligence Service. We've been after the Yongsan brothers operation for a long time. Our surveillance of what just happened shows that you have some interesting skills. Skills we might be able to use. If you are interested in working with us, then she said, I like that. After all, it's better to be a good monster than no monster at all. And that's her origin story. So I find it pretty lame. And on top of that, they decided to cram in 2 different stories in this comic book. And here's a story about these 4 people I'm not going to try to pronounce. I know how to pronounce Bruno. Were raised, indoctrinated, and trained by Hydra to defeat Avengers. After discovering that Hydra were the real villains, everyone but Bruno betrayed the organization and escaped. So you pack this very small comic book to begin with into 2 different stories. So it's not. I'm a sucker for origin story, but this is not a good origin story in my view. It's showing this guy designing White Fox. I also don't like this design of White Fox. I like the one in League of Legends. There's actually another Gumiho in League of Legends, and I'll post a picture right here. The game, online game. I think her name is Ari. That's better design. Finally, is this a one and done comic book? Yes, it's one and done comic book. Fortunately, this happens to be just one shot comic book. So came back in December 2019, one shot comic book. So I have no choice. But even if I had choice, I would say it's a one and done because story is very light. I didn't like the internal art. I mean, not my style that I would enjoy as a kid. So as a kid, I probably go, I'll keep it for one, then one and done. Anyway, till next time, I'm in out.